Welcome. In this video, will Swftcoin bullish future? We will analyze it. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and please watch to the end to understand. First of all, when we look at the chart from a broad perspective, there is an important structure that attracts attention. In particular, there is a curve structure that continues its effect in the medium term, and that the price repeatedly touches, a curve that can also be called a parabolic curve in technical literature. This curve is formed by connecting the points where the price has retreated to certain levels in the past and then started to rise again. In other words, the curve in question here actually works both as a dynamic support line and as a sloping structure that represents the momentum of the market. When the price has approached this curve several times before, we can clearly observe that strong buying has come into play and the price has accelerated upwards again. In particular, the fact that the price not only tests this curve, but also reacts quickly upwards every time it touches it, shows us that this structure has become an important technical level for investors. Many traders follow such curves because they can signal an acceleration of the trend while also signaling potential breakouts. In the current situation, the price is again positioned very close to this curve. This time, however, the test may be more meaningful than previous contacts, as the price is no longer just reacting to this curve, but is acting as if it is preparing to break above it. This suggests that the market has the potential to realize an upside breakout. Pressure and squeezes, especially on this type of curve, often set the stage for strong breakouts. So if the price manages to break above this curve, it's not just a technical level breakout. It could also be the start of a strong momentum and a bullish rally. To analyze whether this breakout is healthy or not, it's not enough just to break the curve. It is also expected to persist on this curve and preferably retest and turn it into support. This would confirm that the market is reassuring and that a new uptrend is underway. In such a case, the technical targets start to expand upwards because the price is now above the curve that it has rejected many times before, and this means that a psychological barrier has been broken. Another important detail is that the structure of the curve is not static, but dynamic support. This means that as time passes, the curve moves upwards, and the price meets it at a higher level each time. This shows that the market is in a natural uptrend, with each new test coming from a higher base. In short, the price is now touching this curve by making higher lows, which is another important signal that the uptrend is proceeding in a healthy way. If the price makes a clear breakout above this curve in the coming period, and this breakout is supported by volume, it will be possible to say that a new bullish wave has started in terms of technical analysis. Such structures are usually formed before a parabolic uptrend and play an important role, especially in trend reversals or trend continuation. Therefore, for traders, closes above this curve are of great importance for activating buy strategies. As a result, the price is now at a critical technical juncture. It has reached just below this curve, which it has touched many times before and received upward reactions each time. Breaking this level to the upside is not only about crossing a curve on the chart, but also about breaking market psychology. After such a breakout, it is quite possible that the uptrend will continue at an accelerated pace. Especially if this pattern is one that big traders and algorithms take into account, the buying pressure at the time of the breakout may increase even more, which may lead to the price moving to much higher levels in a short time. But we need to look not only at the curves, but also at other metrics. Stay tuned. When we look at the chart in detail, one of the first structures that catches our eye is the ascending triangle pattern, which is quite remarkably formed and through which price action is moving. This pattern is known in technical analysis as a strong structure that we often see, especially in bull markets, and usually results in an upside breakout. In the current outlook, the price continues to move inside this pattern and is getting closer and closer to the upper resistance. The ascending triangle structure consists of a horizontal resistance line in the upper area, with increasingly higher lows on the lower side. This structure indicates that buyers are positioning higher on each dip, meaning that bullish pressure is slowly accumulating in the market. Each contact with the horizontal resistance line signals that this level is weakening and the price is gathering strength to break through this zone. This is exactly what we are going through right now. The price seems to be approaching this horizontal resistance line, while at the same time gathering strength along with the rising lows. Ascending triangles are usually trend continuation patterns. If this structure breaks to the upside, technically the price is expected to rise by the width of the base of the pattern. However, this is only the technical part of the target. Psychologically, such breakouts cause traders to move out of wait-and-see mode and open more aggressive buying positions. This could lead to a sharp and rapid rise in volume. At the moment, the price is hovering quite close to the upper boundary of the triangle. It has touched this resistance several times before but has pulled back. But since it has returned from higher lows each time, this time the contact may be much more meaningful, because both the price is squeezing and the bullish pressure is increasing. In technical analysis, the probability of a breakout after a squeeze becomes stronger the longer the squeeze lasts. In this case, the probability of an upside breakout is quite high. To assess the reliability of the breakout, it is not enough just to cross the line. There should also be a significant increase in trading volume at the time of the breakout. If this volume support is accompanied by an upside close, the pattern is technically confirmed. Then, if the retest process kicks in, that is, if the price tests the resistance level it broke and gets support from it, it's a sign that the uptrend will be much more permanent. Another noteworthy point is that the price movements trapped inside the triangle also give positive signals in terms of momentum. In short, this ascending triangle that we observe on the chart is currently playing a key role for the future movements of the price. The direction of exit from this structure may determine the direction of the trend not only in the short term but also in the medium term. In case of an upside breakout, a new bullish wave could be triggered, and the price could potentially break through the pattern target and reach higher levels. The behavior of this triangle should therefore be carefully monitored, not only from a technical point of view, but also from a market psychology point of view. We can wait for the price to break the purple line for buying or for leverage. A careful examination of the RSI chart reveals a very meaningful rising trend line. This line connects the RSI's past lows and shows an upward trend over time. In technical analysis, when the RSI moves in such an uptrend, it indicates that market momentum remains intact, and this is one of the basic building blocks for the price to gain strength in a healthy way. This rising support line acts as a floor for every pullback of the RSI. When the RSI approaches this trend line, it usually reacts and regains upward momentum. This is an important sign that the market is still in strong hands and selling is limited. Therefore, if the RSI continues to run parallel to this rising trend line, it can be seen as a signal that momentum is being maintained and that there is still potential for the price to continue upwards. A rising RSI trend, especially if it is in harmony with price action, indicates that the market is moving in a balanced manner without entering overbought or oversold territory. This type of structure indicates that the market is in a healthy uptrend without overheating. When the RSI occasionally touches or passes close to this support line, these areas can be technically referred to as momentum support zones. In these areas, prices usually also find support or reorient upwards. In the current outlook, the RSI is hovering very close to this rising trend line, and the chances of it touching it have increased. If the RSI touches this line and makes an upward bounce from here, it would be an important signal that would attract the attention of both technical analysts and algorithms. This is because such bounces usually lead to the start of upward movements on the price chart. As long as the RSI in particular sticks to this trend line, the uptrend is likely to continue. However, it's important to note that if the RSI breaks this line and closes below it, this could signal a weakening of market momentum. Therefore, if the RSI continues to stay above this trend line, it supports a very positive scenario in terms of technical outlook. The structure is an extremely useful indicator for both momentum tracking and price confirmation, especially for medium-term traders. In conclusion, this rising trend line on the RSI is one of the most critical indicators at the moment. If it sticks, both the RSI and price action can remain in a more balanced, healthier, and more reliable bullish scenario. Therefore, how the RSI reacts at these levels will give us very important clues about the direction of the price going forward. If this trend is maintained, it will be inevitable that the uptrend will gain momentum, both technically and psychologically. Following the RSI will be important here. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.